This is BaseDaKID, the hardcore casual, in association with the Undefeated podcast, proudly sponsored by Disturbing Sports London, and I'm here with trainer extraordinaire Malik Scott. Malik, are you still technically boxing or are you fully retired now?
I'm enjoying being a teacher. I'm enjoying giving back the knowledge. I'm enjoying doing seminars. I'm enjoying doing tutorials and stuff like that. And I'm enjoying training the hardest puncher in the history of the sport, Deontay Wilder. So that's what I'm going to say about that. I'm interested in doing exhibitions. I did one already. I'm interested in stuff like that. But going hardcore, 7 weeks, hard training camps, fighting guys at a high level, no. I'm 42.
Fair enough. Okay, so right, you're here today, obviously, for the press conference. Gerald Washington taking on Derek Chisora. How did this one come about for you, and what sort of notice did you have to get Gerald in preparation for this fight?
Well, I always train Gerald for all styles. You know, 1 month we'll just do it for guy is 6'9". Next month we'll do it for guy is 6'2". We work on come forward guys that back up, guys that do good with directional feints, things like that. We just work on all type of stuff. So he's always ready for any type of an opponent. I was hoping that we was able to fight AJ when Dylan fell out, but that didn't materialize into anything because Helenius got the spot, which is good. But now we got Chisora, and we drew it up, and now we're ready to be victorious on Saturday night.
Why do you think Gerald didn't get the opportunity ahead of Helenius?
I'm not sure, but I know AJ and Matchroom and these guys in 258 management, they have a date that they want to make sure that is secured in January to fight us in Deontay Wilder. So in the last time that an opponent fell out and they had to take a short notice opponent, things didn't work out in their favor. So what did they do? They made sure this time that they got somebody, quote unquote, that's safe. But we're going to see how safe Helenius end up being for him because, you know, I don't want people to get this misconstrued. What Deontay did to Helenius, no one has ever done in that form. So we're going to see what AJ can do with him because that's what it basically is. It's a late replacement measuring stick for Deontay did him like this. Let's see what we do him like that. I mean, we'll see. At least that's how boxing or the division can be sometimes. They match guys with other opponents that the opposition has fought and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see.
With exception to maybe the speed, wouldn't Helenius probably be a better suitable opponent for AJ in preparation for Deontay, given the height, the size, the reach, and punching from range, as opposed to someone like Gerald who's a bit more elusive, a bit more on the mid-range to inside type fighter? What do you reckon?
Yeah, you can say that. I just don't think there's no real preparation for the Deontay that I'm training now. I just don't. We work on all type of good positioning moves. You know, there's rounds he's not even throwing punches. We're just working on feints. There's round that we're just working on like you know, he's extremely dangerous, man. These guys is in trouble when they do fight. And I don't care if that's AJ. I don't care if that's anyone. I seriously advise these referees and commissions to keep a close eye on these fighters that fight Deontay because he's extremely surgical right now. And we're going to see, man. He's going to back up everything I always say about him. I just want you guys to see it. You know?
So is it safe to say you're actually here on a bit of a scouting mission as well as doing a job for Gerald Washington?
I'm a walking scouting reporter. That's all I do. Yeah, that's just what I do. You know, I intake data, and it just so happens I'm intaking data for our next opponent. And I'm looking forward to it. Like, you know, I want to see AJ and Deontay in the ring. It's always been a fight that I've been very, very big on. I've been big on it for more than just boxing reasons. Like I always say, it's good for culture, it's good for sports, it's good for the division, it's good for boxing, it's good for the little kids that's coming up in the world that want to see these guys get in the ring. So I'm excited. These are exciting times, and we're going to see how he handles Helenius Saturday night.
So look, speaking of Deontay, obviously that is, I guess, what everyone is trying to build towards. He seems to be having issues with getting Andy Ruiz in the ring or any other opponent. Like, what's going on with him? Because as we know, as people say about Errol Spence and even everyone, like ring rust is a big thing. He hasn't been in the ring since November last year. Like, what's happening with his plans? October, sorry. What's happening with his plans?
Ring rust is a thing. But unfortunately, we're living in a time where fighters, this is going to sound very unfair. Ring rust is a thing, right? But unfortunately, we're living in a time where ring rust is almost mandatory. I don't know no fighter that's in a high marquee position right now that is busy all the time. It just doesn't happen. The boxing market is different. So what do these guys have to do? They have to make sure no matter what's going on in their life that the craft comes first. So what do I mean by that? You have to be in the gym 4 or 5 days a week. On your rest days, your recovery should be 10 rounds of shadow boxing. On your rest days, you should make sure you're working on your foundation with your feet. On your rest days have to be crafted out because the activity is just not where it is right now because boxing business doesn't require these guys to stay high in activity. You know what I mean? So what we do with Deontay is we stay extremely sharp. You know, obviously, I wish he was fighting more. I really do. I wish a lot of these guys was fighting more. I wish better matchups was made, etc. But we got to deal with the cards that we're given. Inactivity is basically trending in boxing, in my opinion, over the last 3 years. And it's a shame because it doesn't give these fighters the real opportunity to get good wins. Because you got fighters out here that's losing because of inactivity. And that's sadness. But business is business. I hate to keep saying these things, then reverting back to business, but it's because of business that these guys is inactive. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But Deontay's going to be fine as long as he continue to have humility, continue to stay responsible, continue to have discipline. He would never lose another fight again.
So Andy Ruiz clearly isn't the right style matchup to get him prepared for someone like AJ, whether or not you feel like he probably needs that. So in your opinion,
we're not fighting Andy Ruiz.
Okay. So if that's the case, who would be sort of your perfect opponent for him in preparation for Anthony Joshua in December, January, February, when it's supposed to happen?
Any human. It don't matter. And I say that conflict with Deontay, it doesn't matter. Styles, it doesn't matter. All he has to do is be focused and zoned in and, you know, surgical. He'll have no problems with nobody. And I mean that nobody. Nobody. And we're going to show you in January that he's not going to have no problems with nobody.
Okay. All right. Well, we're taking it back to this one real quick. What does Gerald have to do to beat Derek Chisora, and how do you envisage the fight going?
I envision the fight going Derek being himself like he always is. He's very transparent physically when he's fighting guys. He's coming forward. He's coming for war. Now, this is where it gets tricky. Whoever's fighting him, not just Gerald, your defense should get that much better. If someone loves to throw left hooks at you, your defense for left hook should get that much better. If someone wants to throw overhand rights for you, by you knowing it, your defense should get that much better. He's not a puzzle. This is not something hard to figure out. And I think Gerald has a good understanding of who he's dealing with and what he's dealing with, and I believe he's going to be victorious Saturday. All he has to do is be defensively accountable, have discipline, don't get greedy, don't feel like our job is to take one round at a time. I don't care what the number is of how many rounds the fight is. Every fighter's job in big fights or regardless of the stage is take one round at a time. And that's what we're going to do Saturday night. I'm not even thinking about round two. I'm thinking about round one. When round one is over, I'm thinking about round two. And that's how I live my life. When people, like, let me give you this quick example. I'm horrible at planning things because I can't plan nothing for Friday because I'm on Monday. I got business I have to handle on Monday. And this is a good and bad thing. Like, you know what I mean? You know, not being a good planner and handle things one at a time. But in boxing, it plays well because the mentality should be, I don't care what the fight number is as far as rounds, I'm handling it one round at a time. Then once you're handling things one round at a time, guess what that calls for? Now I'm handling things one sequence at a time. So it's my job to hit you with 2 jabs now. Now it's my job not to get hit with your jab. It's a beautiful thing, this sport. You know what I mean? Especially when you know how to work it. And Gerald's going to show you guys how he works it Saturday night. And I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, last question from me. Does it go the distance?
There's no telling. There's no telling. I'm taking it one round at a time, and so is Gerald. If opportunities present themselves, we're going to chop away at them. If they don't, as long as he's victorious, I'm already proud of him.
Look, Malik Scott, thank you very much for your time, man. Big up.